zapping all you hoes away like get back, ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, 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 ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like. Binta is watching right now.
Oh, she is?
She is. And I just saw her say she is lying. Everybody go. 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 Hey y'all, I'm so sorry for being like 2 minutes late. I had to go grab me something to drink right fast. Come on in the classroom. Come on in the... that just made me want to sing one of my songs when I was studying music at Morehouse. What song can I sing? What song do I remember? Do I want to sing Latin, German, Italian, or French? One of the hardest songs I remember having to sing in college was Una furtiva lagrima. I can't remember what body of work it's from. I can't remember. But this song was so hard for me to sing. Una furtiva lagrima. Yeah. Or ooh, I could have it's all, you know what? I'm gonna go in my music book and find a song. And the next time I have to sing a song while something is fucking up on one of these ANTM exclusive lives, I'm gonna bust it out. I need to brush up on my music training. Anyways, guys, what's going on? Yes, I have a robe change. This money robe comes from my friend Lauren England from Chasing Atlanta. That is, I am Lauren England on Instagram. This is her money robe. I had on the red one earlier when I spoke to Tosh and Cody, and I put on the black one. Hey, from Broward, yes ma'am, 954-304-305 slide. But yes, this is her robes. If you guys like it, if you want one, go check her out on Instagram. I am Lauren England, and I believe the link is in her bio, or DM her, or scroll down her page. I don't know, but this is it. It's cute. Whatever. So I am speaking to Courtney from Cycle 23 of America's Next Top Model. Okay, today we had our first Cycle 23 chat with Tosh and Cody, the twins from that cycle. And now I am speaking to Courtney from the same freaking cycle. And boy, we have to get into the things of the mother-loving things. Listen, I'm very excited. Okay, let me do my intro right fast. What's going on, everybody? This is Oliver Twixt, your nerd boy cutie, reporting for duty, here to do the Lord's work once again. And without further ado, I am going to bring on Courtney from Cycle 23 of America's Next Top Model to talk about the things we have to talk to her about. Y'all know, if you've seen Top Model Cycle 23, you already know Miss Courtney was a pivotal character on that cycle with many things that we have to, I would love just to hear her side and how she thinks, and of course some other stuff that she's been doing since then. So without further ado, I'm going to send the request for Miss Courtney Paige Nelson, a powerful boss bitch name. Courtney Paige Nelson.
Did it work?
You are the cutest thing ever.
Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, cool. The connection's working, right? Like no static?
Oh, no static, no.
Perfect, okay. I made sure I connected to Wi-Fi so that we don't have any like dropping or fuzziness, because I actually watched the other interview today.
You watched it on YouTube?
I did.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. I did, but I
Good.
noticed like the connection issue, so I was like, all right, what can I do to make sure that this doesn't happen when you interview me? But
I
yeah,
think it's probably maybe their location and then maybe like the building. I don't
probably.
know. It's weird shit when you talk about New
No,
York
for
City.
sure. In my building, if I don't connect to the Wi-Fi, I have zero cell phone service. Like in
Mm,
my whole apartment. So when my power went out, I had no cell phone.
yikes.
Yeah.
What part of the world are you in?
I'm in Los Angeles. It's sunny today.
Mm. Well, first of all, I love this look that you're rocking right
Oh,
now.
thank you. Yeah, the blue. I it's way more me.
You look stunning.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very sweet.
No, you're so welcome. Listen, everybody. Courtney and I have been in talks to do this multiple times, and a lot of it was my fault. I'll be very honest. Y'all know my life is ballistic right
No, you're
now.
totally fine. Like you have a busy schedule, I have a busy schedule, you know. It's that's just the way it goes, trying to match up time frames. Plus we're in different parts of the country too. So, yeah.
But in front of everybody, I want to recognize that, and I want to extend a big thank you for being patient and ultimately doing this with me, because I'm so excited
Yes.
to talk to you.
Oh yes. Yes, I'm not gonna lie, I've been very anxious today to do this. I was like, oh my god, I finally get to like spill my tea.
Boy. Courtney, I
Yup.
cannot get over how fucking cute you look right now.
Oh my god, thank you. I like threw on makeup and just like threw on a t-shirt, but thank you. I appreciate that. That's very sweet.
And I appreciate the continuity with the dyeing of the hair to the dyeing of the eyebrows.
Yeah, I actually re-dyed them last night because when you bleach your eyebrows and you try to put the blue in, it kept washing out. So I ended up with like these like salt and pepper eyebrows because my natural hair was growing in.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to redo that really quick before this interview. But yes, I love your hair. I love the gray streak.
Oh, thank you.
I love it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just gagging just on how bright and like radiant you look right now.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's daytime, so and you know, I got my 10 drinks here because this is just how I roll. I'm like always surrounded by different choices of drinks. So, is that cranberry juice?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay, it's cranberry juice. Also, do you have a dog? I saw a little dog in the back.
This bitch is right here.
Oh, oh my God! Hi, puppy. Oh, such a love.
Say hi,
Oh
Cookie.
my God, that face.
Isn't she the cute? I've
So
been thinking
sweet.
for the longest time. I think I'm going to start her a YouTube channel.
You totally should. Man, if I should have done that with String Bean, but I just never got around to it. Now he's elderly, so it doesn't really work. But you should totally do something with her.
I think I'm going to start her YouTube channel, and I think the content I'm going to curate for her is her eating vegetables. Cookie loves to eat vegetables that crunch.
Are you serious? I can't even get my cats to eat anything except like kibble. They want nothing.
Cookie will bust down a stalk of celery like nobody's business and will be so happy.
Yo, you could do like doggy what is it called?
ASMR. Yeah, I think that's what I'm
Doggy
gonna do.
ASMR.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. She loves celery. She loves carrots. She loves cabbage. She loves broccoli.
My God.
And so I think just when I can get into the space to curate it, because I'm a content creator by profession,
Yeah.
so my brain is like, I just don't want to jump out there and do it. I want to like
For sure. You
curate
have
some videos and do the full shebang,
yeah,
and get her a nice little setup and all the other stuff. And I think I'm gonna start doing that for her.
You gotta get her a onesie. Not just because I wear them and I love them, but I always think dogs in little costumes. Like imagine your dog in a costume eating celery. Like that's hilarious.
And she's serious about it. Like she's serious about it. And I think it's less about her eating the vegetable. I think she just likes to hear the crunch sound as she's chewing it.
Yeah. Hey, it's a healthier option than like feeding them treats and stuff, you know? Your dog's gonna live a long time.
I hope so. This is my baby.
I know. It's crazy how attached we get to our pets and like just I feel like we love our pets just as much as a child.
Can I share how I got Cookie story with you?
Absolutely.
I don't think I've ever shared this story with like since I've been doing this. So I think everyone kind of knows I have an infatuation with black and white, right? I think that's pretty like known. I'm curious to know, just as a side note, so like I think my style is very similar to Corella DeVille, where she likes black and white, but she likes animalistic things and textures and prints and like I wonder if there's like a name for that style of fashion. I'm just curious.
Maybe.
Anyways, I've always wanted a black and white dog, a small black and white dog, and I was going to name the dog Cookie. And so 2016, when Donald Trump got elected to president, I was still in college, and that was my first time voting ever, and I was so depressed because
mine too.
I thought the apocalypse was coming.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I said the only way that I can be happy today is if I go and get a dog that's black and white. And so the Humane Society here in Atlanta curates their dogs that they rescue on their site. And I saw this small black and white dog. Her name was Miley at the time. And I said, I'm going to go get that dog. Yeah, it doesn't fit her.
No.
So Trump got inaugurated. I was depressed. The next day I went and bought a dog, and that dog is Cookie.
Was Cookie a puppy when you got her?
She was 2 months old. She was born on 9/11. Go figure.
That's wild.
Yes. So if Donald Trump was never elected to president, I would not have this dog.
I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason to an extent, but if you really look at it and you go backwards and you look at your life, there are little things that happen that led you to where you are. So that dog, like you just said, that's, that wouldn't have happened had that not been the case. So firm believer in that.
But enough about me. I want to talk about you, and specifically you in Cycle 23 of America's Next Top Model.
Yep.
So before I jump into my questions, I want to know, since you said you watched the live I did with Tosh and Cody, was there anything that jumped out at you?
Yes.
Do you care to share?
Oh, I don't mind.
Go for it.
Right? I first of all would like to clear the air. I mean, I guess not clear the air. I was honestly pretty hurt when on the live. Also, I'm sensitive. I think we know that from the show. I'm a crazy. That she said I scratched her when that's not what we never. So what happened was we had to reshoot that scene. We never, because we're not allowed to talk when the cameras are off, we never clarified.
I'm sorry to stop you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. But just to give context to people who may not know what you're talking about, tell me what scene you're talking about.
Okay, so it was a photo shoot, and we were supposed to pick a dress. And we went upstairs, and there was a rack, and there was all these dresses, and they basically were like, go, like, release the hounds, go grab a dress, and then we're gonna get ready, and then we're gonna go to the club and do the challenge. I think it was
Hold
the
on.
social media
I'm
challenge.
so sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt you one more time. I'm so sorry, Courtney.
No, you're fine.
Whoever the fuck Maddie Matt 2x4 is, who just said Trump being president was not worth me getting my dog, you just officially
block.
You just officially, and I know you don't block people, but I am sensitive about my animal. Bitch, get the fuck out of my classroom! Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry.
No, you were totally
like
fine.
looking
My
at
cats right now are scrapping. So
the comments. But I'm sensitive about my Cookie. I cannot type fast enough right now.
No, that's your baby. I totally get that. Meanwhile, my cats are scrapping in the background. Like, holy shit.
Talk about me, don't talk about my dog. I'm so sorry. We're talking about the scene you guys had to reshoot. I'm so sorry. No,
don't apologize. I would be the same way. If anybody ever talked trash about String Bean, I would flip the fuck out.
My baby.
So, anyways, my cat's going crazy now. So basically it was the social media photo shoot challenge where I was wearing, I think, the white dress for that one, and we had to go to the club and do like a collage, like make a story collage of what setting the scene would be like.
Mm-hmm.
And like Tosh and Cody said, we had to reshoot the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like they said, when the cameras are off, we're not allowed to talk, right? So how did we ever have a conversation of who got whose dress? That never happened.
Okay.
Never. So when they shot it again and they released us, I go, oh, okay. And I grab the other dress. And then we have me and Cody holding this dress. And she's getting frustrated because she's like, that's my dress. And I'm like, since when? Like, it's a competition. Like, we have to reshoot the scene. I'm just going to grab this dress because I decided I liked it better. Like, I didn't know you were attached to it. And so I took the dress and she grabbed the other one. And I don't know where the scratching thing comes in because I don't, first of all, on ANTM, as with any show, like, they don't allow any physical violence. That's not a thing that happens.
Right.
So if anybody ever put a hand on someone, they would not be allowed on the show.
Right.
Second, I'm not a violent person. I've never been in a fight. I don't do things like that. If I did scratch her, I didn't know about it, and it was completely on accident. And it was also never brought to my attention by one of them or the producers. So that to me was kind of like hurtful because I didn't, that's not in my character. I'm not like, I'm a sensitive baby, you know, like I'm not aggressive like that. So yeah, that's the only thing that really upset me in that conversation.
Okay, of course, I was not there.
Yeah.
But, you know, of course, just trying to see both sides. Is it possible that maybe in the tussle of you guys getting the same dress and maybe the confusion about you wanting the dress now and her, I guess her understanding being this dress is supposed to be art, or we were all supposed to go get the same dress. Maybe there was because things happen so fast. Maybe it happened in that moment, you know?
Absolutely. That totally could have happened. For me though, like if something like that happened, I would have hoped that they would have talked to me about it after the fact, whether the cameras were on or not. Because if I hurt you, I would want you to tell me so that I can correct myself. Not, you know, not say anything, because that just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah.
Well, they said they're interested in talking to you because they haven't talked to you in forever. So maybe from this, you guys can talk, interact, DM each other, follow each other, and maybe clear up some of those things.
Listen, I'm totally down for that. It's been so many years. Honestly, like, I was very surprised by their composure during the interview. Like, they seem like they're doing very well. And I don't know, they just seem more easygoing. So, yeah.
Another thing that jumped out to me when I was talking to them was the fact that producers took you guys' belongings that had name brands on them, which I will say in the realm of TV is very standard because you don't want to run into an issue with a brand being shown and then a brand coming at you legally. Because I remember like on my first day of shooting for the T.S. Madison experience, I had on a nice Adidas outfit, and I had to go change my entire outfit because they couldn't hide it enough, and they didn't want to like run into any issues with this. So I had to change my entire outfit.
You can get sued, basically. You know, it's copyright.
But did you experience the same thing with your things being taken and not being returned?
So I actually had insight a little bit beforehand from the casting, because they tell you this: do not bring name brands. They give you a list of what you can and can't bring. So I made sure that I didn't bring any name brands. One, because I'm not really like a loud name brand type person, but two, just because I wanted to make sure that I didn't fuck up. But you will see in a couple episodes I'm a huge like nerd, and I had the Harry Potter like Deathly Hallows necklace in a couple of panels, and they recognized it after a couple panels, and then they took it from me, and it bummed me out so much because I was like, I've already had this in like 5 fucking panels. How you gonna take my necklace now? you know? So
Mhm.
that was the only thing that got taken from me.
Did you get it back?
Yes, I did get it back. I did get it back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Which installment of Harry Potter is your favorite?
I like the Goblet of Fire
Me
and
too!
I don't know why. I just fucking love that one. I just the CGI that they use, it's so good. It was so ahead of its time with the special effects and just I love it.
Ooh, let's see if we're sisters. What's your favorite scene out of the Goblet of Fire? Let's see if we have the same favorite scene.
I like when Cedric dies. It's super dramatic. It's super dramatic.
So that's not my favorite scene.
That's fair. It's a little dark.
Well, excuse me.
Actually,
oh,
no.
God.
No. Are you okay?
Tyra, get out my throat, bitch. My favorite scene is actually
the mermaids. Is it the mermaids?
Yes.
The mermaids. Yes. I forgot about that. I love the
mermaids.
Well,
is it the mermaids or is it the sirens? No, they're mermaids. They're mermaids.
Oh my God. I've got NASCAR in the back. It's fine. They're sirens, I think. Because sirens, the mythology behind that is sirens were the fake mermaids that lure the sailors off the boat into the sea and they kill them.
By singing.
Yep.
To be even more of a nerd, I'm so sorry. I believe it's the Pirates of the Caribbean, I believe. I didn't watch too much of it, but I do know that there's a scene where they're going through a body of water and the sirens attack the ship. I believe it's the Pirates of the Caribbean. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. That scene is so freaking amazing.
Is it I think it is Pirates. Is it the one where they have the what's his name? The squid villain? I don't remember what his name is, but Mr. Squid Villain. That guy. I think it's that one. So you're a nerd too. Okay.
Yes, I'm the head nerd in charge. I'm a big, huge nerd.
I absolutely love that. I felt like actually on the show, that was a getting back to the show really quick. The whole like being misunderstood thing was people were a little weirded out by me because, you know, I was like, oh, I love SpongeBob, and I would quote SpongeBob, or I love Disney, Harry Potter, and then I'd wear onesies. And I think it threw people off a little bit, because I was like a nerd. Like, I love anime, and I watch cartoons. But knowing that you're a nerd, that makes me feel good, so.
I'm a big nerd for, I love Marvel. I love X-Men.
Oh, love.
I love
X-Men. Disneyland is opening up a Marvel world.
Which I'm so happy that Disney now has Marvel and X-Men because Fox Studios, in my opinion, did not do the X-Men universe justice. Like, they had some standout moments, like X-Men Days of Future, not Days of Future Past. Yes. X-Men Days of Future Past, X-Men First Class.
Yep.
X-Men 2. Amazing, but yeah.
X-Men was like, that was like my shit when I was a kid, right?
This is why I had the great streak.
Yep. And then I feel like they almost stopped putting as much money and effort into the X-Men universe. And so by Disney taking on Marvel and all of that, I just feel like the budget for those things is just so much bigger. They're able to do way more with it.
Courtney, I want to see some fighting. I want to see the thumping and the bumping from the comics on my TV. I want Storm to. I want the full force of the Phoenix.
I freaking love you.
I want to see bitches lose their lives. Okay, back to Top Model. I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
What made you audition for Top Model?
So funny enough, I was a huge Top Model fan when I was younger. It was like a thing that I would watch. Always wanted to be on it. Never thought it would happen. I actually was about to give up modeling, and then I got a DM from a casting person, and they were like, hey, do you want to audition for America's Next Top Model? And I thought it was a joke, so I didn't respond. I was like, what the fuck? This person has no followers. It's probably like a hacker. Oh my God. Turns out it wasn't. It was a casting person, and I just went through them, and they casted me for it, and that's that. And I almost didn't respond to that DM, and I just think, going back to the whole fate thing, had I not like followed through with that, I would have never done the show, and who the fuck knows where I would be right now. I'd probably be a kindergarten teacher, honestly.
Really?
I love kids.
Mm-hmm. From your experience in working in this business, would you agree that the power players in TV, Hollywood, all have like 30 followers on Instagram and Twitter combined, probably?
It's because when you work behind the scenes, social media it's all about relationships, you know? It's not about who you don't need to be in the spotlight, because who you have in your email is bigger than 100,000 followers, you know?
Having their email, kiddies out there who want to get into the business, whether it's fashion, music, whatever form of entertainment it is, if you have someone's email, you have them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want your number. I don't want your Twitter handle. I want your email.
Because you can't delete an email. I mean, yeah.
And most people take their emails very serious. I take my emails very serious.
I'm a workaholic. My favorite day of the week is Monday. I'm like, fuck yeah, everybody's back to work. They're going to respond to emails. Weekends are stressful. There's nobody on email.
Yes. Okay, so you got recruited to be on Top Model.
I did.
Talk to us about the onboarding process, from getting that call, talking to producers, flying out, all that other stuff.
So, okay, first, I would like to clarify, because they didn't talk about this at all on the show, which is fucking fascinating to me. So, the day before I left for the show, I got dumped. I was in a relationship for 1.5 years, and I got dumped. So I flew in, and then I'm sitting in the van with Justine, who, by the way, I knew for 2 years before the show. Me and Justine had known each other for a very long time. We'd actually modeled together. I'm sitting in the van, and I'm texting my ex, and they're like, okay, pass your phones up to the front. And I just start crying, and I had to pass my phone up to the front. I did not have any way of having any closure, nothing, till they gave me my phone back after filming, which was 2.5 months later.
Oh my God.
So I was like, you know, I'm like on the show, like, of course I'm crying a lot. One, because I kind of felt like I was bullied, I'm not gonna lie. And two, I'm fucking going through it. I don't have any way to like process or get a hold of him, or like I imagine somebody taking your phone in the midst of a breakup and you not knowing what the fuck is going on and not being able to talk about it, you know, because they're like, oh, it's not a part of this. Okay, so it's not a part of this, so I can't even speak about my breakup on camera, you know? So
but that's real stuff. Like, I know when I've gone through my relationship issues in the past, not this one, but just in the past, and you know, even when me and my current partner have issues, that will determine my entire day, like how I view the world.
Absolutely.
I can only imagine being dumped in the middle of conversation and having your phone taken away and having no closure yet, because I'm pretty sure you were thinking, what is this person doing, what's going on?
The worst part was, it was really hard for me being in the house, because, you know, we have like that list of people that we can call, and everybody has those like 3 to 4 people. I had 2 people on there. He was one of them, and he never picked up. Never picked up when I was in the house. Nothing. Didn't want to be on camera, didn't want to talk. So I had no idea what was going on. So I was very sad for most of my filming experience. And the girls knew about it. We talked about it. They actually like gave me advice and stuff, and helped me work through it, but it was never shown on camera because it just wasn't a part of their narrative, unfortunately.
And where are you and this person now?
Oh God, I don't know where he is. I'm single.
Oh,
I've been single for over a year and I feel great. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be talked to. Don't breathe my air. Just leave me alone.
I know that's right, Miss Courtney. Fuck him. And just, guys, I unblocked the person I just kicked out of the classroom. I'm so sorry I had that outburst. I just get very sensitive about my dog. So you guys know, if you want me to rain down on you with the full force of the storm, talk about my dog and I will guillotine chop you in your fucking spine.
Don't talk about Cookie though. When...
Leave Cookie alone. Only I can demolish Cookie. Okay. So let him know. So let him know he's out of detention. He can come back to the classroom. Just behave when you get into this motherfucker. But how was it for you stepping onto set and seeing all of the workings of a reality TV show?
I was very nervous. I was just like, I mean, as Tosh and Cody said, I'm a Gemini. I'm on the cusp of Taurus, so I'm a little less crazy than most Geminis. But I love to talk and I love to communicate and interact with people. So I actually really liked those 2 weeks that we were in lockdown. I was chilling in the hotel, eating my food, watching my TV, and just like mentally preparing for possibly not getting on the show. And I didn't mind it. And I thought it was really cool just seeing the inner workings, and, you know, the girls would open the door and like peek their head out, just be like, hey, I'm Courtney, or hey, I'm blah, blah, blah.
Really?
Yeah, I actually liked it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, that's dope. That's so dope.
Yeah.
And so how was it meeting the girls and like seeing first of all, were you shocked to find out that Tyra was not the host of this cycle?
I knew beforehand.
Gotcha.
I knew because things had been leaking, and I knew because I think she had just had her baby, right? I believe so.
Don't make me lie. I don't want to lie.
I don't know, something, I knew that she wasn't going to be it. I didn't know who was going to be the person. I actually didn't know who Rita Ora was. But
that's Rita. I'm gonna love you.
But then I was like, oh, those songs. I know who that is. You know, you put like a face to a voice. But before that, I didn't really know who Rita Ora was, and I felt so bad. I was like, who is this? Like.
But you know, when I look back on it, and this is no shade to Rita Ora, I don't have anything against Rita Ora. I like some of her songs. I'm not an avid fan, but I do enjoy Rita Ora in the spaces I've enjoyed her in. I think she took that job because a lot of people in America have that same response. They either know her face and don't know what she does, or they know her voice but don't know the face. So
it was a marketing scheme. It was a marketing scheme.
Yeah, I think Rita taking that job was a good way for her to be introduced to American markets officially, like in a full-fledged capacity, in a machine that was already working. It already had a built-in fan base. So for her, that was actually I won't say a come up, but that was actually like a great move.
Absolutely, that was a great
shout out
move.
To you, Rita Hitas.
Rita Fajitas?
Ooh, Rita Fajitas. Roll that bitch up.
Is that Rita Fajita? No.
Rita Fajitas. Yes, ma'am.
No, seriously though, like if she hadn't taken that would have been like a bunk career move. That was a very smart business move, and I think it's funny that you see that the way that I see that is that was a career move. That was a marketing thing for sure.
Definitely.
I don't personally think she should have been the main judge, but it was cool having a different perspective. The dancing could have done without, though. Not a fan.
Yikes. So, if not Rita Ora, who would you prefer to see? Or who do you think, like I said to Tasha and Cody, I just knew that
You're
Chanel,
it smells like Rita Ora.
well, no, I just knew Chanel Iman was going to be the new host. I just knew that. Like, I just knew the only person I think in my brain that could replace Tyra is, like, for lack of better terms, the new Tyra, which was Chanel Iman at the time.
Well, I thought that that's who was going to be it too, because there was a couple of articles that came out about that, and then when it wasn't her off of the thing, I was like, who are you?
Yeah. Because I felt like she was the only one who, and again, I don't know too much about fashion, but I feel like Chanel Iman was very known amongst the demographic. She had done enough things to be credible. She was young enough. Yep. She is kind of in the likeness of a young Tyra Banks,
Absolutely.
you know, and her hosting Top Model in the new era would be a good look for the show and a good look for her.
I think it would have been extremely iconic, and also I think it would have prolonged Top Model a little longer than, 2 more seasons, because I think it would have stuck more in the modeling realm and kept people's attention rather than turning into I don't even know what to call my season, honestly.
But I liked Rita Ora.
I liked her. I thought she was funny.
I thought she did it with style and grace, and she did it her own way, in her own way. I enjoyed it.
No, absolutely. I think she brought like a different flavor to it, and I'm glad she was a judge on it. I actually personally really liked her, so I vibed with her.
So, Miss Courtney, I am going to do with you what I do. Courtney, I am really enjoying this chat with you, girl.
Oh, thank you.
Very much so enjoying it, and I hope everyone watching this and that will watch this on YouTube is getting out of it what I'm getting out. Like, I just see, like, I feel such great positivity and radiance from you right now. And I feel like I'm an empath, so I pick up on people's bullshit, and I don't.
Are you Pisces?
No, I'm actually an Aquarius.
Okay, but what's your rising?
I don't know all that. How do I find out? How do I find out?
Okay, so let me tell you. So you got to do your birth chart. So in order to get your birth chart, you have to know the exact time,
1:44 p.m.
I could literally do this for you. Okay, you know what you're going to do? You're going to DM me after this, and I'm going to do your birth chart, and then I'm going to screenshot it and send you the link, and you can read all about your personality.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. I do know my life number. I'm more so into numerology.
That's
fun
cool.
fact for you guys out there. So my life number is 9. And the reason why I believe in that, I believe in numerology so much, because so many pivotal things and important things
contain numbers,
are centered around the number 9. Yep. So anytime I see 9 pop up somewhere, I'm like, I start getting like slight goosebumps, because I'm like, what does this mean? Like,
life path number.
Life path. Yeah. So thank you. I'll let's have that DM, and I'm interested to see what I read.
No, absolutely. I love doing this shit with people, so I'm stoked for that.
Yeah. But back into Top Model. Oh my God, we keep getting sidetracked. Back to Top Model. I'm going to do with you ANTM roll call, what the fans love so much, where I'm going to name every girl who was on your cycle, and you're going to tell me, don't start drinking nothing, girl. Put that cup down. You're going to tell me the first thing that comes to your head. Good, bad, ugly, or what class? Indifferent. I almost forgot my own thing. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Justine.
Sweet, innocent baby. Sweet, innocent baby who grew into a sexy, mean machine. Sexy, mean model. Like, oh my God. But Justine, like, baby. Baby.
Did you think she would go home first after seeing her photo?
No, I did not. I actually really liked her photo. I fucking loved her photo. I was like, okay, yeah, she spread her legs, but who cares? Like, her face looks stunning. Like, why'd they send her home for that?
Who do you think was going to go home first?
Huh?
Who do you think was going home first?
What?
Who did you think was going to go home first?
I heard you. connection, error. No, trying to think back to the photos.
I'm not gonna torture you. That's okay.
I can't really think.
I'm not gonna torture you. It's okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Kyle's was dope.
Anything else on Justine before I go to the next person?
No, okay. Justine's just baby. Sweet girl.
Okay, the next person on the list is Cherish.
Oh, Cherry. Woo! I actually, so they didn't really show a lot of Cherish's personality, but that exit interview is like a big portion of her personality. I think Cherish sticks up for what is right and wrong, but don't cross her because she will bite your head off and never talk to you again.
Yikes.
Yeah. She's a firecracker. She's a redhead, though. They're all firecrackers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Gia.
Gia. It's funny. Gia actually, a month ago, sent me a DM apologizing to me for stuff that happened on ANTM.
Okay.
I thought that you could see it. I'm sure you saw the episode where I slept on the couch. Gia has a very good heart. Okay. I do think that further into the season, she did get kind of influenced by, the group dynamic of like picking on people. And she just got influenced by it, not in the sense that she joined in with it, but in the sense that it just became cliquey. But overall, I think Gia has a very, very good heart. I think she kept it real. She said what she wanted to say in the interviews, and that was that. So, okay. Yeah.
Now, the next person, and I'm so sorry. I've said her name 1,000 times.
It's going to be Binta, isn't it?
No, it's not Binta. The next person is Krislian. Krislian. I said it right. Krislian. Okay,
you did. Before I even said it, you said it right. Krislian. So, on the show, very sweet.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I don't do coke, guys. I just need to shave my nose hairs, and they keep itching me. I just want to make that. I just want to be clear. Or if you see me do this, I have a big nose, and a lot of times sweat gathers right there, and it itches. It
does it to me too. I always do this because I have that like little indent, and it creates a little swimming pool. It's really cute.
I don't do chemicals. I don't do chemicals. I don't do any concoctions. I'm very proud to say that I do dibble dabble in, I can't say it, but you guys know the greenery of the things because it does help me out and I do like it. But anything outside of that in a nice chilled beverage, I don't do. I just did that because I need to shave my nose hairs and they've gotten really long.
That's so funny.
I just had to clarify.
I plucked my nose hair. Ain't no shame in that.
And I've never tried it. I'm not shaming nobody that does it. I just don't do it. If it's not a Coke Zero or Coke Diet, it's not going to my system.
I'm a sober Sally, so I feel that.
And just to put a pretty bow on it, I always told myself, young man, you cannot do coke and suck dick. You have to choose one or the other. So,
because you would make their pee-pee go numb. Can you imagine?
Well, my reasoning was I just didn't want to do too much on my throat and nasal cavity. So, but that's true too.
I was thinking they'd be like, I can't feel it, and you're like, really?
But yes, I always told myself I either will suck dick or do coke, and I'm not giving up dick anytime soon. So coke has to stay on the shelf.
Speaking of dick, so this is hilarious that this is right here, and it's perfect time to bring it out. My friend gave me this for Valentine's Day She gave me this for Valentine's Day. And you want to know something? She put it on my keys. She put it on my keys, and I forgot it was on there. And the next day, my keys fell out of my purse and landed in the lobby at my apartment with the penis right side up. And there's people getting off the elevator with me. And I'm like, I can never have this on my keys ever again, because how do I explain a giant fuse bead penis? Like,
that is fun.
How do you explain that?
You can't.
You can't.
Where were we?
Oh, shit.
Where were we, Courtney? Should we just go to the next girl? We were talking about Krislian.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's funny, her nickname was Crispy. We called her Crispy.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was sweet. That's it. She's sweet, quiet. It's funny because for how sweet she was, she exuded this like sex confidence thing that I honestly wish I had. Mm-hmm. I was like, where did you find this? How do you access this? Mm-hmm. All I know how to access is awkward and androgynous. That's it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So I'm asking everybody because I just recently found out about this tea. I did not know this when I was watching the show.
Oh, yeah, I know about the tea.
Oh, yes, and we're going to sip just a little bit of it. So Krislian and the host of Cycle 23, Rita Ora, dated the same guy, Calvin Harris. Now, I've read and I've seen news articles that quote her in saying that she felt like Rita Ora was out for her during the cycle. You being there, let me ask you this first. Was that a known thing that they both dated the same man at the time Cycle 23 was being filmed?
No, Krislian just said that she didn't know if Rita Ora remembered her, and that was that. She never really went into detail about it. It's also hard to gauge, like, Calvin Harris is a major DJ. He could have been dating 35 girls and none of them would know it, you know? Like, you can't just assume that somebody is out for you just because they may have dated the same person. LA is also very small, so the chances of it crossbreeding is very high. But I don't think she was out for Krislian, honestly. I really don't. I personally don't even think she realized it till that interview. Gotcha. If I was Rita Ora and I was the head judge on a show, I don't think I would be like so hyper focused on one contestant. I think I'd be trying to do the best job that I can and make people, happy with me as a judge.
Okay. I like that. We're going to move on to the next person, which is Kyle.
Oh, I love Kyle. Kyle. So Kyle was my bunkmate. So Kyle's bed was, in the beginning, Kyle was here. I was here. And then, wait, were the twins above? I think they were. And then Paige was in the big bed. And Kyle was my bunkmate. So I couldn't sleep a lot because I have insomnia. And we would just talk because there was like this little thing in between the bunk beds. We'd just talk, hang out. Kyle was like, I'd say the most serious. Kyle came to the house with like more books than I've ever seen anybody bring on any trip ever. And just was the person that you would go to talk about deep, serious things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Level-headed.
What about Binta?
Oh, Binta. Okay, so looking back now, I kind of feel like Binta was a little bit misunderstood. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, she's coming into the house from, like, her culture is very different, and she's coming into this house and she's integrating with everyone, and I feel like she was a little crazy and probably had a couple of anger issues, but at the same time, like, she was just kind of being herself. After the show, I actually went to Seattle and saw Binta in India because they knew each other before the show through modeling, and she was chill.
Nice. So you guys have patched it up since filming Cycle 23.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that episode, that was fucked because they didn't show a lot that happened, which sucked. But I mean, hey, it's reality TV. You can't expect them to show everything, right?
Are you referring to the episode when she was
Yeah.
cursing you out in the limo?
Yes, but more so specifically during the challenge. So we didn't know in the beginning of that challenge that it was supposed to be 2 videos, 1 per person. We thought that it was 1 video. So I let Binta take the lead and just roll with it because I was like, I don't have the brain power for this. And then I'm like, something doesn't feel right. Why would we have all this time for 1 video? So I'm asking the producers and the filming people, and they're like, we can't tell you. You have to figure it out on your own. And I was getting frustrated. And I'm like, why can't you just tell us if we're supposed to make 2 or 1 video? They're like, because it's a challenge. And then I forgot how we found it. I think the camera guy was like, it's supposed to be 2. I was like, are you fucking serious? We only had 10 minutes left. And I was like, Binta, you got your video. Give me the phone. And she wouldn't give me the phone. And I was like, Binta, give me the phone. Like, I got to make a video. Like, this is your video. This is your idea. I got to come up with something for me. Mm-hmm. So we started kind of like haggling with the phone. And it gets down to like 5 minutes. And I basically just snatched the phone from her. And I was like, get in my video right now. Mm-hmm. We got to get this done. So what they didn't show was us shooting 1 video for most of the challenge, talking to the camera people and the producer, asking them what we're supposed to do, them not responding to us because, they can't break the 3rd wall or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then me finding out it has to be 2 videos and us only having 10 minutes to do the challenge.
So let me ask you this. So with that being said, why was Binta so upset? And I remember her saying, I was there helping you with your video and you won, but you didn't help me with my video.
So I did help her with her video. I stood in for, I think, over 30. Pause.
It did. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I was getting a phone call and I was like, nope, goodbye. But I was in I think 30 of her videos, and I was just getting frustrated because she was like going through the video. She's like, I don't like that one, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to not win a challenge. And it just turned into this thing where I didn't have time to really make, I think I got 4 videos. And then I got to choose from the 4. And I think she was upset because, actually, I don't really know why she was upset. Maybe it was because it was probably because I snatched the phone. I'm not going to lie. It was probably because I snatched the phone.
Now, I don't want to cause any shit, but Binta is watching right now.
Oh, she is?
She is. And I just saw her say she is lying. I don't know.
What?
I wasn't there.
She's lying? Oh my God. Here we go.
Binta said, I'm reading the comment. She said she shot her video first.
Nope.
Okay. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. Well, anyways, I think she got upset because I snatched the phone from her, which I shouldn't have done. And I was extremely embarrassed that they showed that because that was totally out of my character, projecting my frustration. I don't know. I should have composed myself better. That wasn't the right way to handle it. But she popped off in the limo. Nope.
Now, Miss Courtney.
That. She goes, nope, not that. Okay.
Now, Miss Courtney.
Then what? Then what was it?
Now, Miss Courtney, no, what I'm about to say is totally different from what you and Binta going back and forth about. I wasn't there, so I'm only a fan watching it on my television screen.
Yeah.
I'm not taking sides. Again, I was not there, so I don't know what happened. And
no,
I know, sure. Listen, I understand the powers of the editing and whatever. But I will say, Binta cursing, and not necessarily at you, but just the fact that Binta, and I said this in the Tosh and Cody video, every time Binta got upset and started cursing, it tickled something on the inside of me. I don't know if it's just because she cursed so aggressively. I don't know if it was the accent with the cursing. I don't know if the fact that she was so angry, but every time Binta got to cursing someone out, I got my life, because I'm like, Binta is, whatever she's feeling right now, she is feeling it 1,000% right now, and she is so serious.
Well, yeah, that's what I said like earlier a couple minutes ago, is that like she speaks her mind, you know, and I mean that's just you can't get upset at somebody for speaking their mind. And you can't tell somebody to be more composed if in their character, that's just how they communicate. So, you know.
Okay, the next girl is Marissa.
Oh, Marissa. So, first of all, I would like to say that I think Marissa's doing amazing right now. I haven't spoken to her, but I just love the fact that, you know, she kind of like, she has like her baby, and like she's a realtor, and you know, she looks like she's doing really well for herself, and she looks like she's just grown into this amazing, mature woman. And I think that's fucking amazing. On the show, again, looking back at the time, we have no TV, no cell phone, nothing. We only have interactions with each other. So it's really hard to not constantly be like this with each other. And I think that Marissa being the baby of the house, there was just like a lack of filter. Do you know what I mean? Like she was even more speak your mind. She was like, I mean, if you watch her in one of the interviews, she's like, I know that I'm mean. She owned it. She's like, I'm mean, and I know that. But if you continue watching, you also see her apologize to me, which, as I told her, it takes a lot to come to someone and say, I'm wrong, I did something wrong. And that's maturity. So to be that young and be that mature, like that's a big deal. So, you know, I mean, she's a hyphy girl, but that doesn't mean that she's a bad person. I don't know. I personally, like, outside of the craziness, really enjoyed Marissa's personality because she was very outgoing and funny. But yeah.
What do you remember from her interacting with Miss Mackenzie at that shoot and them going back and forth?
Oh God, I feel like I got wrapped into that because she started mocking me about the allergies thing, and I just felt, I don't know, was it in the interview or was it there? I don't remember. But I was worried because the makeup artist had used chapstick that was like some vegan organic stuff, and I didn't know if it had like almond oil in it or whatever. And yeah, she kind of like fired back at me for the allergy thing. I think she was just kind of riled up during that episode.
So I remember this moment.
She's a little firecracker.
I remember this moment, really, because I just binge watched the whole thing. But from the way it looks, and I'm sorry guys, I'm reaching for my lotion because I just want to smell like rich pussy right now.
You can't say that when I'm taking
I'm sorry.
Something.
Yes,
I
rich
spit
pussy.
that out.
You don't, like, when I do my green screens for the show that's coming out next week, Thursday, the T.S. Madison Experience on WeTV at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, I'm going to watch
When
that.
I do my green screens, I have to put on, like, perfume. I have to put on, like, I have to smell nice because it's just the feel. It's just the feel, you know.
I feel that.
The feel that fuels the fire.
On. I go to sleep with perfume on, so I feel that.
Yes. But to talk about Marissa in the whole in the chapstick moment. So from what I can remember watching it, you were having a moment where you felt like you were having an allergic reaction, and you said that the makeup artist retouched your lips using lip gloss, whatever, that may have had something that contained something you were allergic to. So Marissa took it upon herself to look at the ingredients, and she's like, bitch, what you're saying you're allergic to is not in this, not in this thinking. Let me ask you this. This isn't my opinion, but I'm just the voice of the people, and I have to ask all questions, whether biased or not, or whatever. Have you ever heard people call you, what is the medical term? A hypochondriac? I think a hypochondriac. Isn't that like when people?
I feel like no, for sure. I know exactly what that.
Okay, yeah, hypochondriac.
So I think that a hypochondriac is somebody who complains about things that they don't have. Unfortunately, in fact, I have my purse right here.
Bust it out. Bust it out.
I don't know where it is, but anyways, I have like severe allergies. I have an EpiPen for in case I have an allergic reaction. Like, it's not like a joke. I actually get allergy shots. And the same thing with my back. Like, I had spinal fusion surgery. It's not like I'm a hypochondriac. It's actually something that I do have. So for me, I don't think it's fair for people to have a distaste for things that are truth. If I was complaining about something that wasn't there or wasn't factual, then absolutely. But I legitimately am deathly allergic to nuts and seafood, unfortunately. I do get allergy shots for them in my arm every week. So yeah, it is something that I do have. And on top of that, imagine having an allergy to something that is so common and being that allergic to it and being on camera and not being able to break that like fourth wall in case something did happen. I can't just be like, hey, to the cameraman, like, hey, I need Benadryl, like I'm having an allergic reaction. So constantly being in like a state of panic, whether it's the makeup artist using something that has freaking nuts in it. Oh, my best friend of 15 years is here, actually. That's hilarious.
Hi, best friend of 15 years.
Yep. She's like, and I can confirm this is very true. She knows. I've had allergic reactions with her. I've had to go to the hospital for it. Like, it's not a freaking joke. And I would never, ever, ever, no matter what the person is allergic to, I would never make fun of them or make them feel discredited for having that, because that's not something that they can control. You know, that's like telling somebody who has seizures but hasn't had a seizure in a year, you don't have seizures. You don't know that. You can't tell somebody what they do and don't have unless you're that person. So.
No, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah. Okay. It was a scary environment. And also, like, with the food thing, the catering, I constantly would ask the producers, like, hey, can you make sure this doesn't have nuts in it? And half the time they would be like, we don't know if it does. We don't know. So then I would have to resort to like eating the things that I knew didn't have it. So it was a weird situation. My friend Autumn's like, I can confirm too. That's hilarious.
Hi, Autumn. So of course I wasn't there, so I can't speak to your situation. But I do have a friend who is deathly allergic to mushrooms. Mushrooms. She's deathly allergic. And I was there for an episode. And I saw her, for lack of better terms, dying before my eyes.
Yeah.
And it scared the bejeebus out of me. And I can only imagine what she was going through. Yeah. So I understand. And she's she's very serious about when we go to restaurants. Yeah. When she comes over, when she goes to other house. She probably
asks, like, what kind of oil is there?
Yes, like she's very particular.
Is there a separate area for cooking? Can you please make sure they change their gloves? Like, allergies are freaking serious, and people who have never been exposed to somebody who has it or don't have it themselves, they don't understand that.
And, you know, I hate to, I'll censor it a little bit. I don't have any allergies except bullshit and being broke. But just the idea of your throat closing, right? So the other day I was enjoying my hookah here in the house, and I think I let it burn too much, and I went to like inhale it very strong, and
it burned.
It closed my throat up, and I was like, I'm done. So I can only if my throat closing is a sensation someone gets when they're going through an allergic reaction, and the only way you can come back to life is someone sticking something, stabbing you with medicine, then I totally get you being hypersensitive to like, okay, girl, what's going on? Like, hey, what's going on right now?
Yeah, and the thing with the makeup artist is I have to treat them the same as a chef in a restaurant. Do you use nut products? Does that lotion have almond oil in it? It's not like I can just be like, oh, cool, do my makeup. I have to ask down to every ingredient, like to make sure that I don't, one, break out in hives during a modeling show, but two, if something that you're putting on my lips has nuts in it and I lick my lips, goodbye.
Oh my God. That's not funny.
Fucking goodbye.
The next person on our list is Paige.
Oh, Paige. Paige, I feel like they didn't show her funny character. Like, she was really funny. I really liked Paige. She was a hoot. I felt a little fuck, how do I say this? So
just say it.
Okay. So before Tosh left the house, things were a little bit hectic and it was very cliquey. And then as soon as Tosh left and it was just Cody, I got to know Paige better. But before that, it was a very cliquey environment. And I found myself in situations where I would be in the other room where all the other girls would be in the other room. So I didn't get to really know Paige till after the fact.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And what you know about her, you like her?
Yeah. I mean, I think she's funny. I think acting is, I don't know what she's doing right now, but I hope it's acting because I feel like she would be amazing at comedy. Truly, I do.
That's unfortunate we didn't get to see that.
I know. They also didn't show my goofy personality. I'm like, a lot of the
Well, girl, you were supposed to be the aggravating, hypochondriatic villain of the cycle. So, of course, they're not going to show you having fun with Kyle and talking about all the other things. They're not going to show that, of course.
You know what's funny is that I feel like they didn't... I feel like when I was crying about my breakup, I could just see it now. They're like in the back room, like, she's in room number 3. Get the cameras in there. And then they just film me crying, but not telling the context of why.
Damn it. Tosh!
Tosh. I don't know why Tosh didn't like me. I think I kind of weirded her out a little bit, again, with like my nerdiness and stuff. I don't feel like, by Tosh, I watched the interview earlier and I feel like by Tosh saying that she felt like I was misunderstood. I was misunderstood because she never took the time to get to know me. You can't say that you know someone and understand them unless you actually dive deep into who they are and you don't just come up with an assumption about them. And I felt like there was a lot of assumptions about me that were made before you actually asked me who I was and what I like and what are my quirks and what makes me happy and what pisses me off, like, again, you can only call somebody misunderstood if you don't understand them. And by that, is that my fault? No.
What about Cody?
Okay, so this is funny. I actually really liked Cody.
Before you say that, pause right fast. I just saw someone watching and just said, Oliver, you should have just said the twins. First of all, you're in my classroom.
They're 2 separate people.
They're two separate people. And I know what the fuck I'm doing. I've been doing this. She's like number 60. I know what the hell I'm doing. You just sit back and enjoy the show before you get kicked out. Go ahead, Courtney.
They're two separate people, and I had very different
Mm-hmm.
relationships with them. With Cody, what they didn't show is that me and Cody actually vibed when Tosh was out of the house.
Right.
Once Tosh was out of the house, which I think had a lot to do with, they felt like they were in competition with each other, so it caused this like tension. But once Tosh was out of the house and it was Cody, who was a lot more down to earth and relaxed, it was like a different vibe. So I actually I vibed with Cody once Tosh left. Once it wasn't the twins and it was separate, it was a lot different, and I felt a lot better.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Corianne.
Oh, Corey. Corianne. So me and Corianne, we didn't actually get along till later in the season.
Okay.
Again, once I moved into her room and she really got to know me, and she kind of started like putting up with my quirks, like wearing my onesies and stuff. I think she you know, embraced who I was. After the show, I actually got really close to Corey and Krislian, and we hung out for a while. And then, you know, as things do, they trickle out, and we went on with our lives. And yeah.
Okay. Tatiana.
I love Tati. They did not show this at all. Me and Tatiana, we vibed. I loved Tati. We actually hung out after the show. I went to New York and I visited Tatiana and India. And I actually almost moved in with India, but then I couldn't because, because I had to come back to LA for work. So I ended up not being able to move in with her, which sucked. But me and Tatiana had kind of, I guess, like a sibling relationship a little bit. Like, I don't think Tatiana was ever mean. I don't think Tatiana didn't say anything that she didn't feel needed to be said. I don't have nothing bad about Tatiana.
Okay. And last but not least, India, the winner.
I love India. She is one of the only girls in the house that really saw me for who I was. And going to the Harry Potter episode, you know, like I remember that episode, and I remember what she said, which was, it's nice to see Courtney in her element, and I wish the other girls got to see this too, because she saw me for who I was and not like what other people didn't take the time to actually like see, you know what I mean?
No, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Good.
And she actually lives in LA. We got coffee like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, dope. I would love you guys to do like some YouTube videos on her channel. Now she's like back active on it. That'd be.
I know, she's so active. Her channel grew so freaking much. Yeah.
Okay, what are your thoughts on La Roche?
I loved Law. He was my favorite judge.
Okay.
They didn't show it, but I loved him. I thought he was super down to earth, super nice. When he came over that time to the house, he actually like talked to us separately after the fact and like had a legit conversation with us. So I loved him. I thought he was real, straight to the point. I don't think they showed a lot of his commentary towards me, but he was always team Courtney, so I was always team Law.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, what about Ashley Graham?
I can't stand her. I can't stand her. And you know what sucks is that before I got onto the show, and I looked up to Ashley so much before the show. She was the model that made me feel like you could be different and have a different thing about you and still progress in the industry. And then when I got on the show and I realized this, and I watched what she said after the fact, and I watched my season, I was like, I had no idea this girl didn't like me. I never even had a conversation with her outside of panel. I never had a conversation with her. It shocked me when she was like, I don't know what it is about her. I just don't like her. You don't know me. How could you not like me? You have no idea anything about me. She came up, I just didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Okay.
And then what really irked me was that it's my favorite clip, honestly, and I think I posted it before. It's when she comes over for the dinner, and I'm wearing my unicorn onesie, and I walk down the stairs. As she's giving Krislian a conversation, she's pep talking Krislian about, you know, just be who you are, be body positive. Don't let other people tell you who you need to be. And I'm like, I come down the stairs, they're talking right here, and I walk over to pour myself some sparkling wine, and she goes, the only thing that we should be ashamed about is that hoodie. And I literally stood there and I go, and Krislian goes, oh, well, she like, that's like her thing. She loves that thing. Like, it's like her thing. And Ashley goes, I'll post it. I think it's hilarious. It's the best clip ever. And I love that they kept that in there. Love
was
it!
she joking? Was she joking?
No, she was not joking.
Maybe she was joking.
She wasn't joking because she's mentioned it before. She wasn't joking. She legit thought that the onesie was weird.
Okay. Anything else about Ashley Graham?
No.
Yeah. What about Drew Elliott? And let me prepare myself.
Drew. Drew was a little firecracker. He was really tough on me. But I think that's also due to the fact that I don't think he got all the info about what was going on outside of the shoots. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, he doesn't know what goes on in the house.
Okay.
He only knows what the producers tell him.
Okay.
So I think some of his demeanor, not just towards me, but towards other people, was specifically due to the fact that he didn't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were some really good conversations that me and Drew had that weren't on camera. And he invited me and a couple of girls over to his house after the show. We got to see like where he lived and stuff. So he wasn't, I didn't think he was mean. I think he was very passionate, and I think he got wrapped into the reality TV thing, and I don't think they were giving him the right information.
Okay. I have more questions about Drew later from the fans. But okay. Okay. And last but not least, Rita Ora.
Oh, Rita. I liked Rita. I thought she was funny. I thought she was like super humorous, very outgoing. I think she's a Sagittarius. I'm not sure. I think so. But I liked Rita. I didn't understand why we had to dance so much, but you know, I'm not a dancer. I think we know this. I was like a stick bug on stilts. Not a thing. Yeah, I liked Rita.
Okay.
The only judge I didn't like was Ashley, and to this day, I just don't like her.
Okay, so Oscar wants to know, Courtney, what are your thoughts about the recurring theme for Cycle 23 being the idea of boss, business, and brand? BBB.
So back then, made no sense. 0 sense. 2017, we're still like the modeling industry.
Yes.
It's not progressed enough for us to really process and understand what they were trying to do. Had that season aired in 2019, 2020, that would have fit to a T. Boss, business, brand, absolutely. 2017, no.
Yeah, so, it's crazy.
Yeah. I also think with cancel culture, how cancel culture is like a thing now, I think that a lot of the things that happened on the show probably wouldn't have been put up with. I think that a lot of things would have been canceled, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Carol Kislick wants to know, did you like your makeover?
No.
I loved your makeover.
I wanted something so much more crazy. I begged the producers to shave my head. I told them, I'm like, I want want a buzz cut. I want my head shaved. No. I wanted it. It was either that or India's hair. I wanted something so crazy and different because I was like, listen, you get on ANTM, this is your one, that salon is way too expensive for me to ever pay to get my hair done there. Oh my God. And two, it's ANTM. It's iconic makeovers. Like, I wanted something funky and different and weird, something that was going to push me. And all they gave me was a fucking blonde bob.
But I liked it.
It was cute. It wasn't as, like, risky as I wanted, but it was cute.
I mean, of course, you know, it's not good TV to give you what you want. Of course, they're going to give us what we don't want and zoom in on our reaction.
I know. They actually, what I wanted, they gave India. What India wanted, they gave Paige. And what Paige wanted, they gave me.
Wowzers. Okay. Thank you for that. Wow. Elevator wants to know, how horrible was that night of the girls when you were trying to go to sleep?
Oh, yeah. I want to talk about this. So, so during casting week, somebody had, was it the flu? No, it was bronchitis. Was it Gia? Gia had bronchitis. It was Gia.
I got bronchitis.
She brought it into the house.
Everybody got time for that.
3 people got sick. I got the sickest. I was so sick. I asked them to take me to the doctor. They said no. I had 102 fever. You can see it in that clip. I'm sweating. I look gross. It was not good. I was sick. Nowadays, if somebody was sick like that, you would not keep them in the room with everyone coughing and like,
oh no, get that bitch out.
Spitting up stuff like that. That shouldn't have happened.
Yes.
They shouldn't have let me stay in that room in case I got other people sick. But so during the show, we have to wake up very, very early. We have to be out of the house by 7 a.m., which means in order to get camera ready, you're looking at waking up at like 5:45, 6 a.m. Yeah, it's a lot. And I have insomnia, so I don't sleep. So I was like, okay, I want to try to get some sleep, blah, blah, blah. It was already midnight. And I'm just thinking like, fuck, like I'm sick. I need to sleep. That's why I asked them to wind down. And they didn't want to. So that happened. And we didn't have like a legitimate couch, as you could see in the house. We kind of did, but Gia was sleeping on it. So I didn't really have like an option of anywhere to sleep. Lucky for me, Gia is a sweetheart. And she was like, sleep on the couch with me. So, yeah.
You guys cuddled.
She's a sweet. Yeah, she's very, very sweet. Very, very loving. Very giving. And she stuck up for me that night. And it was very nice.
Dimitri Gill, wants to know, what was Courtney's thoughts on Binta confronting her on the bus in front of all the girls after she won the challenge they did? Was she caught off guard when that happened? Because you were sitting there silent.
I don't do well with yelling. I don't like to yell. I don't like to cuss. I don't like to, actually, I like cussing. I like cussing.
Oh, me too. I love
I like fuck. No. I don't like yelling. I'm not like a get in your face type aggressive person. I'm much more laid back. I'm going to speak my words because that's how I understand how to communicate. So when somebody is in my face and screaming like that, I shut down. I don't know how to react. So, I mean, listen, everybody has their own level of anger and things like that. Do I think it was extremely aggressive and unnecessary? Yes. Do I think there was outside factors to it? Like, do I think she was probably stressed out from the show, not just the challenge? Yeah. We were all in a situation of being stressed out. But I did not like the way that it was handled. It was a lot. I did think that she was probably going to hit me, but then I like in my head was like, no, she's not going to do that because she knows that if she does that, she won't be on the show and she wants to be there. So, yeah.
I mean, of course, I wasn't there, and there seems to be, there's two sides to every story.
For sure.
But in the face of Binta doing all of that, I mean, I think the smartest thing to do when someone is at that level is just to be the complete polar opposite, because I mean, I don't know your limits, but just from what I can see watching Cycle 23, no one was going to out-scream Binta. No one. No one could out-scream Binta. No one could curse like Binta. Oh my God. Can someone put together a compilation of every time Binta got to cursing just for me, because I just want to watch it.
My favorite is when she pops off on Paige in the kitchen and she's like cooking her food and then like talking to Paige. That's my favorite. I love that. That was hilarious.
My favorite Binta moment of her cursing is when I believe was it Marissa? Was it Marissa?
I don't know. She yelled at a
but
lot
she
of people.
she was yelling. She
yelled at Gia too, because Gia said,
it was Tatiana I'm talking about. It was Tatiana. She told Tatiana, she said, I don't give a fuck, you're not gonna do nothing. I said, yes, Binta. Yes, Binta. It is not good. Listen, kids at home, that is not the way you should handle situations. But in the realm of reality TV, and I'm on my couch watching it for entertainment, seeing Binta cuss with her thick accent, that bald head, that beautiful skin, and her little body failing and getting upset is entertaining.
Yeah.
Binta.
It was also a lot though. Like, I don't like screaming like that. So it was a lot. It was a lot. I didn't like that. It was funny looking back on it, but in the moment it was like a lot.
Now I'm gonna say this. If a bitch like me was in the house with Binta, I would have gave her a run for her money.
At that point, we all sit down in a circle, make popcorn, and watch you guys pop off.
And I've already said Binta is one of my favorite girls from Cycle 23 because I just like her. She was a great model, and her antics.
Oh, she's amazing model. I think she was
robbed. Binta, if you still watching, and I had a vagina, it was on Cycle 23, and you would have got to cuss it, because see, you didn't have nobody in the house that could cuss like you. See, I'm a punk from the South, Miami to be exact. Bitch, you can't out scream, cuss, shade. I would have gave Binta a run for her money. She would have had to reach down in her deep pocketbook to get me, because I was gonna make a shake, rattle, and roll.
Yeah, no, nobody was able to out yell Binta. But with that being said, I do think she was kind of robbed, to be honest. Like, I think Binta had the most killer walk out of anybody, and I think Binta's should have stayed longer. But
yes, Binta
I'm like,
was so
not
dumb.
I'm not the producer and I'm not the people. I just don't think that. I think she had a lot of really amazing qualities as a model, and it kind of sucked to see somebody want it so bad and have these amazing images and then not get that chance.
Do you think it's because she was so one-dimensional?
No, I don't think Binta was one-dimensional. I just don't think that. I think the producers just know what they want.
True.
And they,
I feel like, and I don't know, hopefully I get the opportunity to talk to Binta, and she can clarify, because these are just conjectures I'm giving. These aren't facts. But I feel like in the realm of reality TV, especially something like Top Model, when you give one thing really well, the people who are in charge of producing the story, editing the story, it's so much more easy. And I'm speaking from experiences of having just filmed one season of a show. They get married to that one thing that they like about you that fits into what they're doing. And a lot of times, no matter, like in your instance, you were presented, at least I feel like you were presented as the one who complained a lot. So of course, they're not really going to show you too much getting along with the other girls.
Or being goofy.
Because that does not fit into what they want to present. Yeah, and in the case of Binta was, and it's so fucked up. It's so fucked up what I'm about to say, but I can't be ignorant. I just have to say it. Binta was the stereotypical angry African angry girl who was fierce, edgy, all of this, who screamed and cursed. So unfortunately, like, we forget that Binta said in the beginning, she's a whole animal rights activist. You have to have
Also,
a heart for animals.
she was also really funny. Like, she laughed a lot, and they didn't really show that either.
And you know what? I kind of got the idea that she was like that. I kind of got the idea she was like that because it's in whatever episode. I think it's episode 3, second week of the house with the finalists, when Binta was sitting on the couch talking to the redhead. I'm sorry. Tell me her name. I'm so sorry.
Cherish.
When she was talking to Cherish, and Cherish was complaining about her hair, and Binta told her, Binta told her, well, before you were regular, now you're a supermodel. And then it cut back to her smiling, and I was like, Binta probably is funny as all get out, but
yeah,
I just, dang it, it's a game of like dice and chance. It's like, you know, you want to be yourself, you want to, but it's like, go ahead.
We also have to remember, and they can take out the context, but what you say is what you say.
True.
And what you do is what you do. They can take it out and manipulate it to make it so that it didn't come from that specific moment. But when you say it on camera, you said that on camera. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, they can only manipulate it so much. It just sucks that they didn't show the different aspects of people's personality, like Binta laughing and joking around a lot, and like, you know, Paige actually having serious conversation. You know, or like me and Cody actually getting along.
Yeah. I really would have enjoyed seeing Binta go further.
Oh, me too. I mean, like, even though she popped off on me, I never didn't think that she deserved to be there, because I think she was one of the most high fashion out of anybody.
Definitely. Yeah. Aslanism wants to know, what really happened when you fell down the stairs?
Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. Let's clear this up. Talking about producers. Am I right? So, okay. We know that I had scoliosis surgery, right? We know that I have a spinal fusion. We know that I have half of a hip. We know that I have 2 rods and 22 screws going down my spine. We know that I was hospitalized for almost 2 months and had to relearn how to walk. So when I fall down a stair and I hit my back on a spinal fusion with metal rods, I'm sorry, that's going to hurt a lot more than you would think it would. I was in a lot of pain, and I just remember the cameras. I literally said this. I don't know who. I think I said it to Paige. I was like, I don't want the cameras to see this. And long behold, they rushed down and saw the whole. Yeah. And they made me go to the urgent care to get it checked out, even though I told them I didn't want to, because I had hit my arm pretty hard. And they were like, no, we want you to go to the urgent care to like get it checked out, which is funny because when I was sick with 102 fever, they didn't want me to go to the urgent care. But anyways, so they had one of like the handlers take me to the urgent care. We waited there for 2 hours, got x-rays, etc. They wrapped it. They made me bandage it. And then I wanted to take it off that was actually the dress incident, I believe. The challenge, the social media challenge. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to take it off, and I didn't want to wear it in panel because I was afraid that they were going to say something about it. And I was like, I really want to take this off. And they're like, no, you can't take it off. Just go in there and explain it to the judges. So of course I walk in. The producers didn't tell Drew or anybody anything about how I had fallen down the stairs and they forced me to go to urgent care. They didn't say anything, but they did tell them that I hit my arm and asked for it to be wrapped when I didn't. So then I got my ass chewed out about wearing a wrap and complaining when the reality is I didn't want to wear the wrap. I didn't want to go to urgent care. And I literally said that to them. And they made me seem like I walked in there wanting to wear that when I didn't.
So Courtney, let me ask you this. And just and this is solely based off our chat. And I'm just curious. And I think what I'm about to ask naturally, I think this is a natural question. So tell me, what's the difference between you having bronchitis and wanting to go to the urgent care, and then you having a serious it wouldn't be cardiovascular. It would be like, you know, with your back and like that's because I have a friend that has scoliosis and has the same condition that you have. So
Did
I
they
do
have
understand.
the surgery?
My best friend
wow.
since high school. We've been best friends for over 13 years. So yeah,
Yeah,
I know the seriousness of that.
Yeah,
but
for
like
sure.
with you having that serious pre-existing condition before you got into the house and you falling downstairs, why wouldn't you want to go to the ER?
Because I felt like I was okay. Like I didn't think that it was that big of a deal.
Okay.
Plus they wanted me to go to the ER for my arm. I
Gotcha.
didn't want to go to the ER for my arm. I felt like my arm was going to be okay. And I didn't want to wear the wrap because I knew my gut was like, girl, if you wear this in panel, that something's going to happen. They're going to chew you out. But the producer said, no, we're going to explain it to them. And you could just tell them, you know, like you fell down the stairs. It didn't work out the way that they told me it would. So
how did it feel watching that? Because I can't lie, watching you fall down those steps.
Oh, it was funny. It was funny as fuck.
No, that wasn't funny. I didn't laugh. Oh, no, I didn't laugh.
Oh, I laughed. When I watched it, I laughed. I, like, outwardly laughed. I was like...
Oh, no, I didn't laugh. I was like...
Oh.
Well, because, I mean, I guess me having a friend, like my best friend, had that same condition, so I understand the severity of it. I was
in
like,
the moment, it wasn't funny, but watching it after I knew that I was fine, I was done filming. And sorry, did it freeze again?
No, you're back.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Then I laughed, but in the moment, it's not funny.
So not only was I cringing to know that you having issues fell down the stairs, I was like, oh my God. I felt so weird watching it, seeing no one, like really no one in the house really show interest in you falling. Was that something that you recognized? And if you did you have any feelings regarding that?
Yeah. Again, I think that a lot of the girls in the house, they didn't take the time to get to know me. They didn't know what scoliosis was and the surgery and all that. People don't know how intense that is unless, like you, I think it's amazing that you understand it because not a lot of people do. And when I say, oh, I have rods in my back, they're like, oh, they think like rods like this big. And I'm like, no, dude, my whole spine's fucking metal, you know? I don't think they really understood the severity of it. And also, I think that maybe they thought it was funny or that it was like, I don't really know. I can't really tell you. Me personally, if somebody fell down the stairs, regardless of how I felt about them, I don't think I would do that. I think I would definitely try to make sure that they're okay. But that's also because I have a physical ailment. So maybe if I didn't have it, who knows? But yeah.
Okay. So Kai625 is asking, on Indica's YouTube, she mentioned a judge had told her she was fat during the celebrity photo shoot. Oh, go ahead.
It was Ashley Graham. It was Ashley Graham. Ashley Graham during panel told India, oh shit, did I freeze?
I'm in a state of shock.
You played that so well. I'm like, did it freeze?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Oh, wait, it's like, it's glitching.
Oh, no, wait. Okay, how about now?
Okay, your back is a little fuzzy, but you're back.
I'm back? We're good?
Yes.
We're good?
It's a little fuzzy, but you're moving and I can hear you.
Okay. So she said she was talking about one of the judges, right? Yeah, it was Ashley Graham, the plus size model. No. You know, the one that like mocked me for wearing a unicorn onesie? Yeah, it was that one.
Was Ashley playing?
No, she wasn't, because she kind of like choked up a little bit when she talked about it in the panel. I'm surprised they didn't show that, honestly. Well, actually, no, I'm not, because I guess like I am kind of surprised they didn't show that. But no, I don't think it was playing. I don't think it was playing. You don't say that as a joke. You don't like go into panel to people that are vulnerable waiting to find out the decision of whether they get to follow their dreams and like jokingly say something about like losing weight. That's not a joke. Even if it was a joke, like it wasn't funny.
Do you remember the context in which that statement was said from Ashley?
About how one of the photographers or something mentioned about I don't remember the full context, because, sorry, one second. I have a little air purifier thing that I have to like turn off.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
So I don't remember specifically the context. That Ashley is the one who said it.
Okay. All right. You heard it here, folks. Oh my God. Okay. Dimitri Gill wants to know, were you shocked when you placed 4th in the competition?
I was so sad. I was so upset. I felt like all my dreams had just been shattered. I had a full breakdown off camera, and Trina, who is like, she's been like the model handler for, God, I don't know how many seasons. She's met and been there for all the girls' breakdowns. She's this amazing woman. She was like I guess you'd call her like the house mom.
Mm-hmm.
She like had to calm me down because I had a full breakdown. I was just really upset. Yeah.
Dang it. No, okay, guys, the reason why I'm gagging so about the information about Ashley Graham is because my perception of Ashley Graham has always been like
body positive.
Body positive. On the show, I felt like she always presented herself as someone who was like an ally to the contestants, since it being she was at the time and still is a working model, and her being who she is, dealing with people critiquing her. You know, I always saw her as like a big sister to the girls on the show. So the fact that I'm hearing something that contradicts that to the extreme in which it exists, it is causing me to gag, because I just could never fathom in my brain Ashley Graham saying or doing some of the things that Miss Courtney is saying that she did. That's all. It's just like, it's like, oh. I
had to plug my phone in really quick. Did it work? Oh. We'll plug it in, give this bad boy some life.
Okay. I know you're fine. So no, that's the only reason why I'm gagging. It's just like, oh, not Ashley. Oh my God, not Ashley. I mean, I don't know. Again, y'all always hear me say, I don't know. I wasn't there. I can only take in the information given to me, and the information that has given to me has gagged.
So here's the thing though. We don't know if the producers told her to say that, but my whole thing is, even if the producers did tell you to say that, you should have said, I'm not saying that.
I agree.
You know, like there's a line. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Dang it. Okay, so Aslanism wants to know, did you receive all of your challenge prizes?
Yes. I did. I did. I didn't get all the stuff that I bought at the Harry Potter world. I didn't get till after because I couldn't have like the. Sorry, I just got another phone call. Leave me alone. I didn't get some of it till later on, but I did receive everything. I did go to Italy and I did do the fashion show. And I actually ended up canceling my return flight that they booked for me and stayed in Europe for 3 months traveling. So that was cool.
Savage. That's cool. So what do you believe are the real reasons why you got eliminated in the top 4?
I don't know. I think because the judges, again, don't get all the info from what's going on in the house. Scripted. It's not scripted. Unfortunately, ANTM is not scripted. I just wanted to let everybody know that.
Thank you. How was it being sequestered away?
So I actually.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Okay, good. Yeah, well, the
No
people,
sound.
I can hear you, but the people say they can't hear you.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, hold on.
So let's do this. I'm going to take you off, and I'm going to bring you back on. Is that okay?
Yeah. Totally fine. Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Okay, bye.
Oh, my titties out. Oh, I'm supposed to be a lady. Y'all, this is a very juicy chat. I'm just like, my head is a little spinning out of control a little bit. Let's see if we can get her back in here. Courtney Paige Nelson.
Can you hear me now?
I mean, I could always hear you, but they said they couldn't hear you.
Got it. If you can hear me, put an emoji.
Can you guys hear Courtney?
Can you hear me? Yeah. Woohoo. Yes. No. Nope. I don't know. I didn't hear the last 2 questions.
Is it perfect? Can you guys hear?
Catherine, can you hear me?
Okay, cool. Yeah, they're putting emojis. Okay, perfect.
They're putting emojis. All right.
Just to make sure it's not lost, because I can hear you, but I just want to make sure. Yeah. I think the last thing we talked about was just to get it on wax. You said that the person who called India Gants fat was
the judge that said it in panel was Ashley Groom.
Yikes! And then, did you get all your challenge prizes?
Yes, I did get all of my challenge prizes.
Perfect. And then, what did you do when you went over to Europe?
So I did the Tizenni's fashion show. They picked me up at the airport. They put me in a hotel in like the countryside of Italy, and I was there for 2 or 3 days. And then we had this big fashion show, and I made a friend with another model who was from Switzerland. And we got so close during those 3 days that she literally goes, "Hey, oh yeah, Anya, she's on here right now. That's so funny."
Hi, Anya.
She was like, "Want to come with me to what is it? She was like, I'm going to Germany and then I'm going back home to Switzerland. Do you want to come with me? And I was like, fuck yeah, I do. So I journeyed with her to Germany, because she's like an amazing working high fashion model. And she took me to Germany where she had to shoot a campaign. And then I went to Switzerland and met her whole family in this. Yeah, it was really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes. Are you familiar with Little Kim?
Yeah.
The rapper? Do you know her
Yeah.
music?
I know her old stuff.
So, do you know that song, Big Mama thing?
Can you sing some of it? I'm not good with
Yes, the only reason why I say that is because she has this line of Big Mama thing, you got it going on. What? She has a line where she says, even got, wait, what is she? Damn it, I had it. Dang it. Hold on. What'd she say? 100. Dang it, Oliver, dang it. I had to put my tongue, and the people who know the song are like, say it. Hold on. You got to go on. I used to be scared of now though. Listen to shit. Hair like a real bitch. Have a hunter. Jenna Jack me. Take it in the bud. Yes. What? Got mans in Switzerland. Even got sands in the Maryland. That's what I wanted to get out. It's called Baby It's a Big Mama Thing. Go listen to it after this.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to that after this. Baby It's a Big Mama Thing?
The name of the song is Big Mama Thing.
Oh, okay. So it's not Baby It's a, okay.
Yeah, it's just Big Mama Thing, but she shouts out Switzerland.
That's amazing.
And I also want to ask you again, how did it feel getting eliminated in top 4, and what do you believe are the reasons why you got eliminated?
I think that there's politics involved with everything. Life is a monopoly board, right? There's always strategy, and I think there was politics in the show. And I think I got eliminated partially because I don't think the judges had the full scoop from everything that went on. They only knew what they were told, and they only knew what they saw, but they weren't on set the entire time, so they didn't see everything. To be honest, I think Drew probably felt like I was a complainer and was like, maybe she can't go forward. I don't know. But I think if he knew a lot of the stuff that happened behind the scenes, I don't know if that would have been the thought process.
Gotcha. Okay. There was a question. There were many questions about Drew and your opinions on some of his comments and actions towards you. One of the things that came up a lot as a question from the fans is, how did it feel? I don't know if you watched them, but how did it feel watching a lot of the exit interviews and Drew constantly bringing your name up in not the most positive way to the other girls?
I think Drew is given the questions beforehand. I don't think that was any of his doing. I really don't. I don't think that was any of his doing. And honestly, any publicity, whether it's good or bad, is beneficial.
Yeah.
So, if you want to keep bringing my name up, go for it. I mean, it might not be in the best light, but hey, it'll get my name out there, so you can't always be mad at it, right?
This is true. Here we go. Now, this is from Jeremy R.
Jeremy what?
Jeremy R. And you know what? Before I ask Jeremy R's question, because we only have 3 more questions to go.
Okay.
I want to ask you, and again, I would not be doing my job if I did not ask the questions that kind of answer what a lot of people think, or whatever.
No, of course. I mean, you wouldn't be. Yeah, I get it.
It can be said that, and I'll be honest with me watching it. So it's one thing for the girls to say Courtney complains all the time and Courtney wants attention. It's a whole nother thing to the story when the judges start saying that, and then they're like, it's hard for me to connect with her. She's not very personable. She complains all the time. You being you, having been there, and of course, it's been like 5 years since Cycle 23 aired and was filmed and all that. What do you believe? What do you believe are the reasons why people viewed you that way?
So tell me this, right? If
Okay.
I was so hard to connect with, how come India had no problem connecting with me and we're still friends to this day? Same thing with like Tati. Like I didn't have a hard time connecting with the people who were open to understanding me. Like I said, bringing back in Tasha's comment, misunderstood. The only way that somebody can be misunderstood is if you don't take the time to understand them. And I don't feel like a lot of the girls did that. But the ones who did, I ended up keeping in contact with after the show because they developed a relationship with me, you know? So that's my take on it.
Okay. I love it. I have one more follow-up question.
Like, I don't know, like you're talking to me, I'm very engaging. Like I don't think that I'm not, I don't know, I don't have a hard time talking to people or getting along with people, so I don't really know.
And so my only follow-up question to that is, what do you believe is the disconnect between those people and, again, the judges and some of the girls saying the same things? What do you believe is a disconnect from them actually getting to you? Because I totally agree with you in the sense that misunderstanding someone comes from well, I don't say try not to, but misunderstanding someone comes from not understanding them. Or there are qualities about them that that make you uncomfortable and or you do not want to accept. That's actually something I believe generally about the human population. Like, Oliver can be this way, and it's not necessarily you misunderstanding me. It's more so there are things about me that make you uncomfortable or that do not comply with how you view the world or the type of energy or personality traits you want around you. I said a whole lot of verbiage just to bring it back to asking you, what do you believe was the disconnect from people understanding you and connecting with you and not viewing you as a person who complained and who wanted attention?
I don't think people, first of all, I think a lot of the girls felt that I was very weird. I think it's been openly said that people thought I was weird. It's like the kid that sits alone at lunch and fucking is a nerd. Like, not everybody's gonna go over and talk to them, but the people who do, they might actually find out that they're like a pretty cool person, you know? I think with the complaining thing, it's like we talked about, like with the back and the allergies, like you understand it because you're around it, but people who aren't around it and they've never encountered somebody who has food allergies that are deathly allergic like I do, they just think it's complaining. They don't think of it as like a medical condition. Actually, touching base on when they said that they weren't allowed to order sushi in the house, that wasn't fully my doing. That was also the producer's doing, because you have to think that when there's 16 girls in the house and everybody's eating sushi and there's one person who's deathly allergic, if somebody were to touch something after touching the fish and then I touched it and I rubbed my eye or I touched my mouth, I could get very sick. So it was one of those situations where you kind of have to adjust to other people's conditions. Yeah.
So, and I love having these types of chats. Like, I just love discussing human nature and how people experience. And
you don't know what you can't understand what you haven't experienced. Do you know what I mean?
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Let me ask you this, and this is in my feelings. This is just me, just trying to drive the conversation, and I'm just curious to see like how you rationalize it. So outside of the TV show that's coming out next week, I'm on a YouTube reality TV show.
What?
A YouTube reality TV show. Yeah, there's like a whole universe, like, and we get like millions of views, like a lot of people
that's so sick.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Independently produced, but it's very popular in the culture and in the demographic it's popular in.
Yeah.
But Arguably, I'm one of the more, how can I be humble? I'm one of the more, let's just say, preferred, talked about characters on the show, right? But the main critique that I got from my cast members is something similar to what you experienced, I feel like, which is they view certain parts of my they they misunderstand certain parts of my personality. And in me being reflective, I came to the understanding that the reason why they misunderstand me is because in my situation, not saying for you, it's going to lead me to the question I have for you. In my situation, it was, I present myself as a all around perfect person, and there's nothing wrong with me. So that makes certain people view me in a certain light. Do you think, and I'm not saying yes or no to this, I'm just asking about your thoughts behind this. Do you think there was anything you could have done that could have changed the way people viewed you? Again, I'm not saying for you to say yes, but I'm just
there is.
Okay.
No, there is. I think in one of the second to last episodes before I got eliminated, I talked about kind of like what I'd gone through, like with my childhood and stuff. And I remember Corey saying that she didn't know anything about that, and that if she had known, like, she probably would have understood me a little bit better. I think that there's a fine line, though, because, like, I feel like, you know, standing up and explaining what I've been through is just kind of like, why would I do that? Why do I need to explain my past and stuff to 16 people? But at the same time, had I done that, would they have understood me better? Would they have been gentler with me? Would they have approached me with a less harsh demeanor? I don't know, because I didn't speak up till later on in the season, but yeah. The judges knew what I'd been through because I talked about it in my audition, but the girls didn't. I waited till there was 4 girls left to talk about my childhood.
And you know what? I think it's so fucked up. And I think it's fucked up when people who are in the public eye have to do this extra work to make sure that people are getting the full scope of them and aren't judging them off of just one thing that they see. However, I came to the conclusion when I had that conversation I just shared with you with myself, it's like, as fucked up as it is, I've made the decision to be in a public eye where people can give their opinions on me. It is now my job to make the choice. Do I do the extra work to make sure they see a more holistic version of me, or am I okay with what they say and I don't share that? And I think that's something that I feel like a lot of people who do what you and I do and who experience similar situations have to have that talk with themselves, because perception is reality. Unfortunately, perception is reality. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna leave it at that. But I wanted just to ask you those certain questions, because while people can place their opinions on who they think you are and why they think you do certain things, I love doing these chats because it gives you girls and guys the opportunity to explain yourself. That to me, I feel like fleshes you out so much more outside of Courtney just being this hypochondriac who wants attention. It's like, no, this is what was going on. This was my experience. These were my feelings.
Yeah. And, you know, it's funny, like, well, you're also taught as a model to, like, not really to be bland, right? And now that I do music, I do the exact opposite of what I did in modeling, which is everything is on the table at all times. I share every bit of myself, whether it's in my music or in my interviews or anything like that, because I want people to understand me to a T.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wish I would have felt the courage to do that when I was modeling.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
you're right, as a public figure, you do choose to have everything on the table, and it's up to you to choose what you share. But if you want to be seen as a real person, you should share as much as you can so that people can understand you to a T.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that from you. I honestly do. I honestly do. Because my job is in doing these isn't to say Courtney's telling the truth or Courtney's not telling the truth.
For sure.
The job I've taken on is making sure that in the face of what I believe to be very strong accusations against someone's character, that at least we give the person accused the opportunity to flesh out their reasonings and their motivations and their experiences and their feelings. So again, I thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you mentioned your music, because I want you to talk about all of your things post top model, whether it be modeling, fashion, anything. Can you please shamelessly plug it all for us?
Well, I am a musician now, which is, hey, if I didn't expect it. I'm sure people didn't expect it. I don't know what happened. I kind of fell into music. And again, going back to that conversation about fate, I truly believe that this is my path, because it's the first thing I've ever done where I wake up every day and I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to put in the work. I'm excited to go forth. Everything about being a musician excites me, even the stuff that should be boring. And I think that's how you know that you're meant to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a song coming out on March 12th, which is a super fucking honest song. It's actually about a relationship that I went through and ended in the midst of the pandemic. So that's pretty fucking honest, because the title is actually his name. So, and then following that, I have a full EP coming out. And
congrats.
Thank you. And a really big jewelry collab that I can't really talk about, but once it comes out, like, I hope that people enjoy the thought process that was put into the pieces and buy them.
Oh, congratulations. That is so amazing. I'm happy.
Thank you.
Because I'm a musician, and so
I know, I saw. Honestly, I love your fucking videos. I feel like you're I don't feel like you're a character. I feel like this is truly who you are, especially talking to you. I feel like you just embody all these different aspects of what it means to, like, be a public person. I don't know.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can just relate. I just put out my first body of work earlier this year. So I can relate to anybody, because I know the anxiety, the angst, the work that it takes to do it. So congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. And to you too, for putting out, like, it's super vulnerable when you do music to put anything out, because it's not just a visual thing. It's now an internal thing. People are getting a taste of what you created in here and what you probably felt in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, good. Courtney, listen, I have thoroughly enjoyed this chat with you. I didn't really have an idea. I try to be as compassionate and understanding as possible. Like, I believe that everybody has a reason for doing everything, and I believe those reasons are rooted in good places. They may just translate kind of messed up, but they're all rooted in good places. I say all that to say I didn't have an idea of what I thought you were going to be, but what I've gotten from you during this chat, I have thoroughly enjoyed.
Thank you. I actually really enjoyed talking to you. This is one of my favorite interviews I think I've done. So yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for being so engaging and quirky. You're quirky like me. I like it.
I can only be me. I decided a long time, well, not a long time ago. I'm only 25, but I decided a considerable time ago that the only bitch I can be in this world is me. It's
Exactly.
the easiest job ever, just to be yourself, however it translates. And there are probably a bunch of people out there that will probably relate and or like you just for being you.
Exactly. I'm glad that you figured that out way earlier than I did. So congrats to that, because it took me a while to accept my quirks.
I want to ask you this. Have you had any interactions with Tyra Banks?
Mm-mm.
Damn.
I was so bummed that she wasn't on my season, because I looked up to her so much when I was younger. I really wanted to meet her. So it kind of sucked that I didn't. I think it would have been a whole different dynamic had she been on the show. I mean, she really is all about modeling. The 2 seasons that are on Netflix, I binge watched those. I don't know if you know, I binge watched them and I was like, fuck. Not only did we get gypped with no trip, but like, I didn't get to meet Tyra Banks.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to add to your ANTM to exclusive chat?
No, I feel like I pretty much put it all on the table. Binta, I hope you don't hate me. That was like very unexpected. I don't know. I just don't want bad blood with anyone. I feel like it's been long enough, and you know, we're all adults, so I just hope that people don't take what I said to heart, because all I was honest.
And guys, we're talking about things that have already happened. Just because we share our opinions, or the girls come in here and share their opinions, girls and guys, excuse me, share their opinions. They're sharing their opinions within context of what happened many years ago. They don't feel that way today. So don't get your panties in a fucking wad. I'm curious to know, I promise you, this is my last question. What would Courtney now say to Courtney then?
Oh my God. The biggest regret that I have, that really hurt. The biggest regret that I have was I wasn't my full, explosive, kooky, quirky self, because as it progressed, I felt like I had to deny myself of my funny characteristics to make the other girls feel more comfortable. And I should have just been like, you know what, guys? I'm fucking weird, okay? I'm gonna quote SpongeBob. I'm gonna dance around in my onesie. I'm gonna burp. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. And I should have just accepted that and been way more myself. But I had so much anxiety about making everybody feel more comfortable that I forgot to make myself comfortable.
Guys, I tell you guys all the time, be yourself. And I would not be me with my gay mother being T.S. Madison if I did not quote her viral video by saying, be yourself, bitch. Get a job. Own a business. Suck a dick.
But don't do it if you're gonna have a numb mouth.
Exactly. Courtney, listen, you have been stellar. I'm so grateful for you taking this time with me and being so vulnerable and transparent with all of my questions. I am telling everybody right now, make sure you guys follow Courtney, support her music when it comes out, support her EP, support her jewelry line when it comes out. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. And again, thank you.
Thank you for having me. And also, don't forget to DM me all your info so I could do your birth chart.
Okay. I'm going to DM you and you let me know what I need to respond back to with what, and I'm going to do it.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
Everyone, wave goodbye to Courtney. Thank you so much, Courtney. We'll be in touch.
Bye.
Bye. Yo. Oh, girl, every time the camera comes up, I'm just so exposed. Listen, thank you guys so much. Class is dismissed. Y'all, can I tell y'all, I had actually planned and scheduled a third ANTM exclusive tonight, and I forgot about it, and I didn't post a flyer. I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all know I've been slightly all over the place in terms of just working for y'all. But we're gonna reschedule it. There's more ANTM chats for the rest of the week. As you know, as I always tell you, just make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell, because you never know what I'm gonna post, and you never know when we're going live, and you never know who I'm going live with. I got some exciting ANTM chats lined up for you guys, and I am very nervous. Again, thank you guys. Class is dismissed. There is no homework other than make sure you subscribe, follow, share, like, comment, all the things. Be sure to parade and kegel, and don't add no Coke Zero to it so a bitch don't be known when they tap your pocketbook, okay? Y'all be safe. Love ya.
ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. Get back, get back, get back, get back.